That's not just the sound of that first sip of Morning Joe. It's the sound of someone shopping for a car on Carvana from the comfort of home.
That's a good blend.
It's time to take it easy, like answering some easy questions to get pre-qualified for a car in minutes.
Talk about starting the morning right.
Just like customizing your terms so your car fits your budget. Visit Carvana.com or download the app to experience car shopping the way it should be. Convenient, comfortable.
Joe Dredge.
The show goes on!
Mornings on WROK. Over 95 years in the books and still on top. This is Rockford's News Talk 1440 WROK.
7 minutes after 6 at News Talk 1440 WROK. Riley and Joe Monday brought to you by Wild Rose Casino and Resort in Clinton, Iowa, where you're 90 minutes away from a great time. It's cloudy and 33. The wind makes it feel like it's 22 because the wind's coming out of the east at 15 miles an hour. Daytime high today, another warm day, comparatively speaking. 47 is what we're looking at today, which is exactly the same percentage chance we have of drawing some rain.
Okay.
Weird?
Yes.
First time I've seen this in a while. 47 the temperature, 47% the chance of drawing some rain.
I like that.
Tonight, not too bad, down to 36 as we top out at 40 on Tuesday with an 80% chance of a wintry mix. We're going to go to 12 on Tuesday night, though. Wednesday, we only hit 24. Thursday, we hit 26. Friday, we hit 25. Good chance of drawing some sort of wintry mix on Thursday as well. So today, a 47% chance of drawing some rain. Tomorrow, an 80% chance of drawing a wintry mix. And then Thursday, about a 45% chance. Other than that, 2 warm days followed by 3 cold.
What time is this foretold precipitation supposed to start today?
That's a great question. Let me see if I can get something up here on the hourly prognostications.
What part of our day will be annoyed with?
Let's see here. It appears that our best chance of rain would come this evening.
Okay.
It looks like about 6 o'clock is when, according to this, we see first indicators of showers.
Okay.
And that should stick around. Well, there's a chance it could stick around overnight.
Okay, Max will make sure he's done going to the bathroom by then.
Yeah, you might want to make sure he's all done because it looks like by the time you and I roll out tomorrow morning, it will be pouring. So yeah, after 6 o'clock tonight, look for that rain to come in and then turn into a wintry mix for tomorrow.
How was your muddy dog situation over the weekend?
Pretty good.
Oh, pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah,
right.
they stood still for a little wiping here and there,
Okay.
and yeah, we did okay.
Okay, because Max came in a couple times over the weekend and was we still glow to the ground.
Right.
That it can get.
So yeah, he's scraping a lot.
Scraping some tops there. So yeah, he a couple good wipe downs for Max this weekend.
Yeah,
too.
there was.
Okay.
I noticed that there was a stack of towels in by the door that we let them in and out, and I'm like, okay, this was Amy's way of dropping a hint.
But your dogs don't do the intentional dirt, right?
No.
Okay.
No, and being the way they are, being hunting dogs, outdoor dogs like they are, whatever gets on them, they shake and it flies off. Yeah, it just basically flies off of them. They're wash and wear dogs.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's one of the things I really do appreciate most about them.
Nice.
Having had dogs that, when the snow clumps in it to the point you almost need to cut it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, these guys, it slips right off of them like they've been greased.
Good.
Hey, where'd we leave off of the almanac? We left off with Steve Fawcett pulling off something pretty miraculous in 1995, becoming the first person to fly solo across the Pacific by balloon.
Is that the same guy that took off from the quarry out here that one time?
I believe so. Yes,
Okay.
Was later killed, body missing in the Rockies, I believe.
Yeah, that's right.
It was on some sort of plane adventure and sort of went missing. It was on this date, 2018. The Reverend Billy Graham, confidant of presidents and the most widely heard Christian evangelist in world history, died at his North Carolina home. Billy Graham was 99. And it was a year ago, hospitals across the southern U.S. grappled with ruptured water pipes, patient transfers as the region carried on with efforts to recover from that winter storm that paralyzed parts of the nation. It was also a year ago. Cops in Liberty, New York said an expectant dad was killed when a device he was building for a gender reveal party blew up.
That's right.
It was also a year ago. Novak Djokovic defeated Daniil Medvedev in a 3 sets to win his 9th Aussie Open championship and his 18th Grand Slam title.
So that was a year ago?
That was a year ago that happened.
Kind of weird that they just backed it up 2 weeks for some reason.
You're right.
I mean, I understand.
And then kicked him out, of course.
Yeah, of course.
And kicked him out.
You're not playing this year, buddy.
No. Birthday list today. If today's your big day, happy birthday. Here's who's on the list with you. You got actor Gary Lockwood hitting 85. You have film and music company executive David Geffen at 79. Tyne Daly, part of Cagney and Lacey. She's 76. Actor Anthony Daniels, C-3PO. He is 76 today. Actress Christine Ebersol at 69. William Peterson from CSI also at 69.
Chicago guy, right?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Actor, and not actress, actor. Kelsey Grammer.
Oh, yeah.
It's 67 today. Country singer Mary Chapin Carpenter is 64. Christopher Atkins at 61. Billy Baldwin is 59. Jennifer Love Hewitt is 43. Comedian actor Jordan Peele at 43. Singer Charlotte Church at 36. Ashley Greene is 35, and actress Sophie Turner is 26. And there's your birthday list.
So for Turner, Game of Thrones.
That sounds right.
Is that right? Yeah,
that sounds right.
Yeah, I think she was Sansa.
And Jordan Peele, one half of Key and Peele.
Key and Peele, yes.
Yeah, very funny guys. Very funny, very talented.
And Jordan Peele becoming director. He was
right.
He was
he's
the one that did the what was Out, or what was the one with the Southern Plantation? I forgot what it was called. It was good though. He's in this horror genre that's different kind of horror movie. That's pretty good. Yeah, but Key and Peele, that's a funny show.
You done messed up, A.A. Ron?
Right.
Yep. one of the favorite jokes, inside jokes around the house. Wow. You really done messed up, A.A. Ron, when somebody around the house is screwed up.
But that kind of meme has existed in perpetuity, and it seems to be just for Aaron Rodgers too.
Oh, I've seen it with him too.
Yeah.
Yep. I've seen that too.
Does that with A.A. Ron there.
So anyway, birthday list. Most important one, of course, you. Hopefully your day is a good day.
Birthday,
all right.
folks.
We were talking viewing over in the last half hour. You while still fighting off the cold and sequestering yourself to a couch to feel better and all that, got back into The Wire.
Back in The Wire. I watched.
How many seasons?
There are 5 seasons. I started on season 3 this time because a lot of times I'll run out of steam. It's an exhausting show sometimes to watch.
Oh, I can believe it.
I'll run out of steam around season 3 and not finish it up. So I figured I'd start with season 3 this time. And I'm picking up steam. So it's 13 episodes per season. I watched all of season 3, and I've got 1 episode left of season 4 right now. And man, good stuff. Good stuff.
Well, yeah, you're going through it for the 3rd time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's outstanding.
You're starting to get me like my daughter in The Office. How many times? 8 times. I've seen this 8 times.
I've probably seen The Office that many times.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I at least one of them never grew out of from being a kid.
Yeah, okay.
Whenever you brought home a movie that they were into as a kid, they would watch it 1,000,001 times. Molly is still that way.
There's a very comforting factor to going back, especially a show like The Office. There's a comforting thing there that you just know everything's going to come up. It's some good memory kind of feelings of watching the first time.
But like I was saying to you, then about the time I'm going to do that, I think to myself, there's like 30 other things that people have recommended that you check out that you're blowing off. All right, I'll try those.
And when she says, and don't want to put any words in her mouth or anything, but I know when I say things like, "Oh yeah, I watched The Office again last night," The Office was on. I was probably on TikTok or doing other things. It's perfect. It's perfect multitasking viewing because you don't need
I got to go back to that because you've said that before. I like to throw this on when I'm doing something else, or I put this on. I don't do that.
No, you don't. Okay.
No, if I'm going to watch something, then I watch it. If I have something on in the background, it's it's guy going through restaurants or something that really doesn't require me to pay attention to. The shows that you throw on in the background require attention.
Well, The Office doesn't require attention. It draws attention occasionally, but doesn't require attention. Putting The Wire on as background show is a really dumb move.
Yeah, because I was thinking of all this, that requires
does.
You need to get into it and understand where people are coming from and what they're doing and what they're about. Isn't this a perfect time to work on your stamp collection?
Unless you've ridden this train about 5 or 6 times, jumping in and out of the wire is a confusing embargo.
Many shows are like that. If you're not paying attention or, I'm going to leave the room for a minute, I'll be right back. You guys let it run. And then you come back in and you're lost.
No, don't.
Wait, what happened here? Well, you told us to let it run. Well, I know, but I didn't know they'd throw in a plot twist.
Yeah, The Wire is one of those shows where every kind of scene is there for a reason. There's not a lot of fat on that show.
Sure.
So I've been back into that, and again, not for everybody, but if it is for you, it's really for you.
All right.
David Simon lived the life before he wrote The Wire, and brought a lot of real stuff into it.
And talk to real law enforcement guys who watch it and say the exact same thing.
Yeah,
so
good
around
stuff.
our house, I've been into, and I got into it last year, Resident Alien.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Which I find to be a wonderful show. And I've said to anybody who, if you remember the show Northern Exposure, it has that sort of vibe to it, which is this unique little community of interesting characters that kind of stands on its own. And there's just something a little off about the community, but in a good way.
I love Alan Tudyk.
Yes, Tudyk, whatever, who plays the lead character, Harry.
He's outstanding.
Everyone on the show is. They have populated the show with these wonderful, quirky characters. It's set in a place called Pleasance, Colorado. He's an alien. That's really all you need to know about it. Something happened that he's found himself stranded. And I don't want to give away any more than that, but it plays a big part in the story arc.
Do you get to know about where he came from, or is that part of the mystery?
Nope. You know about where he came from. Now, not every single detail, but you understand why he's here and what, as an alien, he was doing here before getting stuck.
Gotcha. Okay.
But like I said, everybody is in it. Particularly the sheriff, Mike Thompson. An actor named Corey Reynolds plays him. He's one of the greatest characters on TV.
Really?
He's just wonderful. So I love that. Now we're into season 2, which dropped a few weeks ago.
How's this character, Darcy Bloom, Alice Wetterland? I do like her from other shows a lot.
One of my favorites.
Okay, all right, good.
She is. She's one of my favorites.
Okay,
they all are, but I really like everybody. But she's terrific.
Okay.
So if you haven't given it a shot, give it a shot. Especially if you like Northern Exposure. And I'm not telling you, it's just like it's not.
No,
it's not a rip off of it or anything else. It's kind of the fish out of water tale.
Yeah.
In a unique community,
this small town thing,
that seemingly kind of sits away from everything else. Nobody hits you with their politics. Nobody hits you with anything other than what's going on in the show. And like I said, I found it very good. So I caught up on that yesterday morning, because I was up at about 5 o'clock, and the rest of my house doesn't start stirring till later.
Best time to watch shows I've found.
It was. I got up at 5. The dogs came out. We went outside. We came in, and then they both piled on me on the couch. So I'm buried under a couple of dogs, and I'm like, okay, well, I finished Resident Alien. What should I check out? So I'm thumbing around. I'm over on Amazon Prime, just seeing what gets my attention, what do I want to commit to. I knew I had at least 2.5 hours before anybody else was going to be around.
Very good.
So I stumbled upon Peter Jackson's They Shall Not Grow Old.
This is when the colorized
World War II? This is the World War I documentary. And I got to tell you, I've seen a lot of these because this is what I'm interested in. I'm a history guy. I watch a lot of history stuff and all that. I have never seen anything quite like this.
Really?
This literally blew me away. Peter Jackson and his people took 100 hours of footage from the Imperial War Museum in England. They took all this footage and then they ran it through state-of-the-art restoration, colorization, and 3D tech. And they brought it to life like when you think of World War I videos, you think that choppy walk,
the grainy,
and everybody's moving faster than they should, and all
everybody looks fake.
Well, yeah, or it's obviously really, really dated footage.
Yeah,
they take this, and you see this at the beginning, like we're used to seeing it, all choppy and all that, and then at one point they kind of freeze frame it, and then color begins to seep into what you're looking at, and then they roll it again. Only this time it's smooth.
Yeah.
There's no jerkiness. Things have been colored to the point and rendered to the point it looks like you're looking at high def footage.
Really?
And they have interviews with I think there's 400. They listen to over 400 interviews with people who were there. They take their audio, and that's what the narration is of the film.
Oh.
Different guys talking about what it was like to be a British soldier.
Okay.
It doesn't cover the whole war and all of its scope or anything else. It focuses solely on the British experience, the British people, men becoming soldiers, what it was like on the home front, than what they saw. It's about, I think 99 minutes is one cut. There's another 129-minute extended cut. I didn't see where that was, or I would have watched it.
Right. Uh-huh.
But the 99-minute one seemed to me like it was 10 minutes. It was over so fast.
Really? Okay.
I couldn't get enough of it. It really gives you a feel. It really brings people who've been dead for over 100 years to life. Something that happened over 100 years ago, because this came out to commemorate the end of World War I in 2018.
Gotcha.
100 years.
That's not just the sound of that first sip of Morning Joe. It's the sound of someone shopping for a car on Carvana from the comfort of home.
That's a good blend.
It's time to take it easy, like answering some easy questions to get pre-qualified for a car in minutes.
Talk about starting the morning right.
Just like customizing your terms so your car fits your budget. Visit Carvana.com or download the app to experience car shopping the way it should be. Convenient, comfortable.
100 years later. It's just amazing. The voiceover work, I think there's times, depending on how you do with accents, British accents, because there's a wide variety of them.
Right.
Some of them are pretty thick. You might want to throw subtitles up to help you catch what they're saying. Otherwise, you won't need to in some spots. But you'll be blown away.
Okay.
And he employed lip readers. So when there's some scenes of guys walking by or in groups of guys and talking all that, Peter Jackson hired lip readers and then had those voices overdubbed onto what you're looking at to where it's like you're capturing these guys actually talking.
Really?
And it seems very real.
Okay. What's it called?
It's called They Shall Not Grow Old.
They Shall Not Grow Old.
It is one of the best things I've ever watched. And anybody who has any interest in history, any interest in this point in history, as I've said before, there was a World War I veteran who lived in my neighborhood when I was a kid, and nobody really seemed interested in any stories he had to tell except for me. And I went over there all the time. And listen to his stories. I have a World War I bayonet that he gave me that hangs up in the wall of my office at home.
Nice.
This really brought it. He obviously was an American doughboy, not a British soldier, but at the same point, it brought some of the things that he told me to life.
Gotcha.
So I would highly, highly recommend that for anyone or anybody who wants to show it to someone in an effort to educate.
Yeah.
Your kids are going to be studying this at one point. Give them a leg up. Have them watch this.
You talk about education. Like you said, I'm wildly ignorant of a lot of things that happened in world history like that. Will I be lost in some of the things that they do?
You won't be lost for
of,
1 second. No.
Explaining things?
If you don't know anything about World War I at all, it doesn't matter. It'll take you from the ground up and let you know what was going on. And it doesn't really describe the war in geopolitical terms.
Okay.
It shows you from the foot soldier's perspective and what it was like to join up, train, be deployed, and what they saw, and then what was like to come home. Oh. And it's like I said, I can't say enough good things about it. It's really one of the best things I've seen in years.
Gotcha.
So the name of it, once again, if you're just going, what? They Shall Not Grow Old. I know you can find it on Amazon Prime. I'm betting you can find it on pretty much any streaming service that you like.
Peter Jackson.
Rental ran me $3.99.
Worth it?
More than worth it.
You gonna buy it?
No. I'll just grab it again sometime if I want to. But you guys give that a shout out if you don't like it. I won't refund your money, but it's on you.
Yeah, you'll learn something. Sorry.
624 News Talk 1440 WROK.
From America's #1 travel.
Over 95 years in the books and still on top. This is Rockford's News Talk 1440 WROK.
635 News Talk 1440 WROK. Riley and Joe, Monday morning. Cloudy skies and 33s. How your day's getting started. Feels like 22. Headed for 47. Although that's the exact same percentage chance of getting some rain that we'll have today as well. 47% chance, 47 degrees. We dropped to 36 tonight. We had 40 tomorrow with an 82% chance of a wintry mix. Then it gets cold. Tuesday night into Wednesday, 12 degrees. Wednesday's 24, Thursday's 26, Friday's 25. So,
Okay.
Yesterday was nice temperature-wise. Today should be pretty good. Then the cool down begins.
Well, it's February.
It
It's
is.
gonna happen.
That's what we've come to expect.
Big day tomorrow, by the way. Taco Tuesday.
Oh, Taco Tuesday.
Yes, 2/22/22. All the twos.
Oh, okay.
And it's on a Taco Tuesday. Big.
Well,
Yeah.
I think all of your dinner plans
I mean,
are
it's
set.
pretty
I
much
think
over.
the calendar's gone ahead and done that for you.
If you don't have tacos tomorrow, you don't deserve them any other time.
Right.
So,
That's
I mean,
on you entirely.
I mean, you have
Okay.
to honor things like that.
We don't want to tell you how to live your life unless we do.
Yeah, we absolutely
And,
tell you.
and here we're telling you how to live your
Right
life.
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. I thought of you when I saw this story. You're not a guy who enjoys time spent in a strange natural body of water.
No, I hate it.
California guy thought he was dead when he fell off his fishing boat into the frigid Pacific. But a friendly harbor seal showed up in the nick of time and helped him get to safety.
Really?
Scott Thompson's a sea urchin diver.
Oh.
You don't often see that on a
Okay.
business
Wow.
card. Blamed a lapse in judgment for the mishap that sent him falling off his boat into the Santa Barbara Channel in the middle of the night last month. Quote,
Is that when you urchin hunt?
I guess.
Is it night?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't.
No.
And won't. Quoting him, I thought to myself, great, this is how I'm going to die. Today's the day I'm going to die. He was wearing nothing but shorts and a T-shirt at the time, he told local TV.
Yikes.
He said he left the boat's motor running and it quickly got away from him. He said, that's when I realized, like, okay, we got problems. And I just started swimming as hard as I could toward the boat. And it really didn't take me too long to realize it's getting farther away and I'm not getting any closer.
Bad feeling.
Yeah,
Bad
that's
feeling.
what he began to fear for his life. Quoting him again, the panic set in. It was like, wow, I've really gotten myself into a heavy situation here.
Bit of a pickle.
Adding that he kept telling himself, don't panic, keep swimming.
Mm-hmm.
I was in full survival mode. I kept repeating to myself, don't panic, keep swimming. You got to get home to your family. I was devastating myself through my mind, just picturing my girls and my son growing up without me and my wife, not having me around. But then all of a sudden, he heard a big splash near him.
Even scarier.
Yep, which he assumed was a shark.
Uh-huh.
When I heard that splash, my heart jumped out of my chest, and I was like, holy blank, a shark.
Mm-hmm.
Just then, a little seal popped its head out of the water right next to me and looked at me like, dude, what are you doing out here?
You're not supposed to be here, man.
Right? With no one else for him to turn to, the seal became his best buddy. He was like my dog. Come here, little buddy, I'd say. He'd bob up and down looking at me, then he'd disappear underwater, pop back up right next to me, look at me again. He said the little pup bumped him several times in the butt as if to prod him on. Let's go. It was telling me, come on, dude, get your ass in gear and get going. I was starting to run out of things to say to him, so I sang him Grateful Dead songs and told him the same corny dad jokes I told my kids.
This guy's great.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Cheered up by the cheerful creature, Thompson felt determined to swim to an oil platform, which he reached 5 hours later.
5 hours swimming in the dark ocean.
It started to get brighter, and I'm just like, I'm crying and I'm shouting at the sky, he told local TV. Crew members on the rig provided first aid before the Coast Guard got him to a hospital, treating him for hypothermia.
Jeez.
Even putting on a wetsuit, being prepared, getting in that water, and swimming to the platform is horrendous, according to Paul Amaral, president of towing company Channel Watch Marine. I can't imagine being in the water with shorts and a T-shirt at night. There was no moon. I mean, it was pitch dark out there.
That's frightening. You might start questioning if you're going the right way.
Am I going the right way?
You might go
That's the other thing.
farther out.
Oh, yeah. You really covered some serious territory. Now you're really out in the ocean.
Yeah, no one can find you.
Thompson wrote in a post, I'm a believer that there is a higher power now. I don't know what it is, but there's a power greater than me. That was shown to me, and I will never doubt that for the rest of my life. Somebody sent that seal.
Wow. Good seal. Good boy.
Awesome. That's, I love seals anyway.
Yeah, they're great.
So I guess I would be thinking, well, if I'm going to go, at least I'll have this guy near me.
You think he goes back out there and tries to find the seal again? Give it some fish?
I would.
Yeah.
I would. I'm going down to the fishmonger and get myself some real pricey, some nice stuff, get in the boat and go back out there again. Where was that seal?
Here you go, buddy.
Dude,
it's all for you.
This is all for you.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That's a horror story.
It is. And
that is an absolute horror story.
Usually when you hear about people, drowning or things like that, it's inexperienced people. This guy dives for a living.
Yep, and knew that he screwed up.
Yeah, that's probably where you just kind of trip. I'm sure you just kind of trip. He fell into the water. Crap, and then realized the boat was trolling away from him.
Yeah, I'll just go catch the boat. I'll catch the boat. I think I can do this.
And then you start realizing, oh no, it's gone. It's gone.
Yeah,
got nothing.
That and 5 hours. 5 hours.
Okay.
Of swimming to an oil rig. Unless you lived around there, you wouldn't know that was there.
Probably not. Or like I said, it was pitch black. I mean, you fell off a boat. You know exactly which way's north at that point. I'm sure maybe there's some stars in the sky you can maybe navigate by if you know your way around that way.
Maybe. But by the way, a record for doing something like that. Let's see. Albert Rizzo, Maltese mayor auctioneer, achieved the mind-boggling feat of human endurance in 1983. He treaded water for 108 hours.
108 hours?
108 hours. He'd been encouraged by a local sports promoter due to his resemblance to his grandfather, who was an Olympic swimmer. Extreme feats of swimming run in the family. His first record attempt, which won a place in the Guinness Book of World Records in 1980 for being immersed in the open sea for 72 hours, was inspired by his grandfather's efforts 50 years before that. His grandfather, an Olympic athlete who made headlines by almost swimming across the channel between Malta and Sicily, he had to abandon that with 3 miles to go.
Ugh. Must have been bad. Then. Must
have been bad. Several records for treading water. Had swum for 68 hours in the open sea, which is a record his grandson beat in 1980. That's pretty amazing. Although they chose to do this. This isn't like the guy who fell out of his boat. I don't think he was out to set any records.
Shorts and t-shirts.
And a t-shirt.
Just looking for urchins. What a job, too, by the way.
Right?
Urchin hunter.
Brad Archibald treaded water 29 hours after being lost at sea in the Indian Ocean. Fell off a charter boat during a surfing trip with friends. 29 hours. Battled sharks, jellyfish, dehydration, and hallucinations for treading water while treading water for almost 29 hours.
So scary. You hear, you don't, I don't know where you stand on, as far as open bodies of water, sharks are very, very low on my concern list. It's a bunch of the other creepy crawlers out there, but it does seem to be like every time you hear somebody hanging out in the water for 12 hours or something, there's usually a shark story along with it.
Without a
just
doubt.
Coming by to check things out.
Yep. And then the jellies. There's always a jelly in there someplace.
There's always a jellyfish. That's the kind of stuff that I'm not a fan of.
Now, think about this guy who did the 29 hours, how it happened. He and some friends got some severe food poisoning. Middle of the night, rain, wind. He got up from bed because he had to throw up, so he went to the side of the boat, threw up over the side of the boat, became dizzy, lost his footing, and fell in.
Oh, so he's at a disadvantage at this point, too.
Oh, yeah, you already have food poisoning. You're already sick, and you did it in the middle of the night. No one saw him fall overboard. No one heard him fall overboard. He started to do the math, figuring it would be at least 7 hours until his friends realized he wasn't even there, and another 7 hours until they were able to return to his location. He thought, I'm dead. Just as simple as that. I'm dead.
What a realization for your crewmates. Where's Steve? He was here when we went to bed.
I don't know. Yeah, one time he felt a shark bump into him from below. And I said, okay, I just want to meet my end. I went underwater. I remember thinking, okay, it's all over with. It's all done. And then the shark just swam away. So
that is all the ending to most shark encounters.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Is it bumped me?
I thought I was dead.
And then it just went away.
said a couple of prayers, and then the thing took off.
Sharks really don't want anything to do with people.
No, they really don't like how you taste. They've mixed you up with something.
Yeah, no.
So nonetheless,
seal,
they prefer the seal that saved this guy's life.
Yes,
anyway, an adventure I hope never to have.
Oh, 20 some odd hours in the water?
No.
Oh, no.
Not even in bright daylight with people guarding me.
Not even a pool.
No, thanks.
In
No.
your backyard.
No, I don't think so. 645 News Talk 1440 WROK.
Time now for your Illini.
That's not just the sound of that first sip of Morning Joe. It's the sound of someone shopping for a car on Carvana from the comfort of home.
That's a good blend.
It's time to take it easy, like answering some easy questions to get pre-qualified for a car in minutes.
Talk about starting the morning right.
Just like customizing your terms so your car fits your budget. Visit Carvana.com or download the app to experience car shopping the way it should be. Convenient, comfortable. Ah.